Hello you amazing humans and welcome back to my channel. It has been quite a while. It's been since Halloween. I don't know, I just took a little hiatus without saying anything. It just vanished. Back now and I have a book haul. And so yeah, these are the books I got. I got some nice vintage fantasy, maybe because Mercury Man Reads did do that fantasy sci-fi haul, and I was a bit inspired, so it's just like, you know what, I need more in my life. So yeah, let's start with that. I also went to Target and got one book from Target, but that was later on. So browsing the fantasy section, some Dragonlance books, I found 3. Volumes 5 and 6 for The Meeting of Sextet. This is volume 5. Steel and Stone, sorry for the blur, and volume 6, Companions. So the reason I got these two, because they had a whole bunch, but I didn't know exactly where this one would go, which ones they went with. The reason I got these two is because a friend in high school gifted me volume 4. This is one of his favorite books, and he gifted me 17th birthday. That or my senior year, I totally forgot. But Sam, I still have it, and I still plan to read it. So yeah, that's why I got these two. And then I found, like, I'm assuming it's like the very first trilogy in the Dragonlance series, but it's volume 3, Dragons of Spring Dawning. And I love this cover. I love the classic old 80s, 90s when those came out. I know Andrew Wizardly Read just did a live with his friends reading the first book, talking about the first book in this trilogy. I'm not sure if it's a trilogy, a bind-up, I'm not sure. Just love this cover, it's just so beautiful. I loved it too, because look, it's so used and I love it. Used fantasy books, for some reason, I just love even more. Don't know why, it's because, you know, it's been loved. It's called the Book of Words series, book volume 1, The Baker's Boy by J.V. Jones. No idea what this is about. Like the rest, I have no idea what they're about. I just saw the cover. I kind of went through Goodreads to see if they have good like reviews or anything like that. And what caught my attention to this one is that, why does this cover remind me of The Black Cauldron? If you've seen The Black Cauldron, you know what I'm talking about. You remember that scene where he's like saving that one girl. I don't know if she's a princess. I haven't seen that movie in years. But yeah, I don't know why it just reminded me of The Black Cauldron. Out from Goodreads is that I remember I saw someone's review saying no fantasy reader should sleep on this or something like that. You know how like missing out. So I'm like, okay, I gotta get it. And plus, I took out the prices, but they were really cheap. They're like $1. It's $1 book fair. So, yeah. But I love this beautiful cover. It's amazing. The next one I got is by Christopher Stasheff, and it's called The Warlock Inspired Himself. I don't know what the series is called. I guess it's Warlock, because I saw book 2, but I'm not going to do that thing where I just buy book 2 randomly or book 3, because I do that and I end up never reading them, and then I just donate them. It never works out. And here's the cover. I love this cover. Oh, it's so bright. Why is it so bright? But yeah, look, it's so colorful. I love it. It's so cool. I think this is like a futuristic fantasy. Like it's based in our world, but like in the future. Yeah, also book 1. And the next one I got because, well, it's by T.H. White and it's called The Once and Future King. This is a King Arthur story, or one of the King Arthur stories. I don't know how many are there. It's like King Arthur is one of those fantasy books that I've always wanted to read as a kid, but I never did. Don't know why. It's the same with Aragon. It's something I wish I read when I was younger. And I saw this cover and loved it. Mainly because I wanted to read more of Merlin. All I know is about Merlin, and I love wizards, so I think it's so cool. I love the tiny detail. If you can see, you can barely see that, but like, it's so cool. The next one I got is by Dave Duncan, and it's called The River Road, and it looks like an Egyptian science fiction story. Has someone falling in the back, but this cover is pretty cool. Just like I wanted to read more different science fiction-y, fantasy, older book. Well, that's it for the old classical fantasy and science fiction. The next ones I got are like young adult, except for one of them, the ton I got from Target. It's not young adult, but but I actually got a new copy of Vampire Diaries Dark Reunion by L.J. Smith. This is the 4th Vampire Diaries book in the original series. The one I got came with all 4 of them, but the one I got, it was like completely destroyed in the back and front. So I'm just like, I saw this, perfect, I need a new one. Next one, once I saw this, because in where the cash register is behind them, there's more books, and when I saw this, I had to get it, and that is Book 2 of the Saga of Darren Krepsley, Ocean of Blood by Darren Chan. This is a prequel series to the Cirque du Freak saga, and I have not read book 1. I own book 1. I've not read it. It's been kind of tough because if you know what happens in the Cirque du Freak series, you know it's going to be hard to read this series. The next one I got was because I need to start posting my hauls on Instagram more and on here more. I need to do my birthday book haul too. So I got this book because it's a companion. Yeah, it's a companion novel to a series. The first 2 books, I know what I said, I'm not going to get the first 2 books in the series or the second and third one, but you know what? This sounds so good. It's called, the series is called The Hollow. It's a trilogy, and I thought it was based off the Sleepy Hollow story, but I think it's just Sleepy Hollow, just a town. But this is a companion novel, and it's called The Beautiful and Damned. I did not read what it's about. All I know, it says The Hollow companion novel. It's pretty short, it's nice. I love the cover. I love the title, Beautiful and Damned. I love when, I'm pretty sure it is definitely referencing to F. Scott Fitzgerald. But yeah, this is the trilogy. I have the first 2. I'll get the 3rd book once I finish the first 2, but I love young adult novels from the early 2000s. You know, 2000s, like, they're very underrated, backlisted, you know? So yeah, I think so cool. If you've been following me on Goodreads and Instagram, you would know how much I despise the Blue Blood books. I read the first 2 in audiobook, and it's bad. I did not like them. Not because I think the story and the world building and the vampires are great. I just have a problem with the characters and the love triangle. That makes me disgusted. But since I love the world so much, saw this for $1, so I'm just like, I'm gonna give the author another chance, and that is Witches of East End by Melissa de la Cruz. This is about witches, clearly. I do think it is the same universe as the Blue Blood series, I think. I know her Wolf book is, but as long as they don't talk about what they talked about in, or included those characters in Blue Bloods, I think I'll be fine. I'm pretty sure this was a TV show. I don't know. That TV show looked pretty adult. This is young adult? I think this is young adult. I honestly don't know. But yeah, it's really short. I really loved her world building though. So we shall see. So those were the books I got at Dollar Book Fair. Now the book I got at Target, because we went to Target because we needed stuff, and I saw this. I'm just like, I have not read this series. I love paranormal romance. The title's a bit funny. I want to read it, and that is A Mile High with a Vampire by Lindsay Sands. Now, if you love paranormal romance or like adult historical romance, you know who Lindsay Sands is. She's very popular. She's wrote many books, and the Arjunu vampire series is like her #1 vampire series, and this is probably like book 50 because I know there's a lot in the series. And we got little Mr. Tom Cruise right there. Yeah, again, don't know what this is about, just that it has vampires and that the we'll do stuff in a plane, probably. So those are the books I got. Some nice vintagey ones, which I'm so excited to start the Dragonlance books. And the other ones. But yeah. So it has been a bit. So the videos I will be posting next, gonna make myself post them, will probably be me looking different because that's before I cut my hair. So it's gonna be fully blonde. So those are old videos. Just keep in mind. Anyhow, I hope you guys have an amazing day, night, whenever you're watching this, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.